The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. Once more, into the breach do we go, dear friends. S&P's off 36 points, 2.63 billion shares, so kind of in this lower level we've had for the last week for volume coming in, but it's still very brisk. And of course, looks like we're going to challenge 1900 on the S&P cash here in the next few minutes. I don't know if there's a whole lot else you can say about it other than market's a little weaker than I thought it was. I flipped from my long position to a short position this morning, and I think I got a good fill out there. And if you know what I'm talking about, Phil. Yeah, Phil. We all know Phil. We'll talk about more about it. Happy Groundhog Day to those folks. We've got all kinds of happy stuff happening today, and Groundhog Day trivia. What kind of day would it not be without Groundhog trivia? Anyway, it is going to be a great and exciting day and a special show dedicated all to a special film. And, of course, the director of that film, no longer with us, died last year. So we will never have that again. In the meantime, we like to get this party started here at TFNN right around 2 p.m. every day.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
And what else do we like to do? We like to start the show off with a little bit of history.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
It is history repeating. It's all it is. On this day in 1869, the first warning signs of the coming panic of 1869, we all remember it. The New York paper reports that an IRS auditor discovered the trustees of several city churches have taken $2 million in trust funds and used them to speculate in stocks. What's more, several parishes have taken out mortgages on their church buildings to answer margin calls. Where the shepherd wanders, wool hunting notes chronicler James Medbury, the sheep are apt to go astray. And betting the proverbial collection plate on the markets on this day in 1869. What else can you say about it? Just interesting. Of course, we've been on and off the subject for a while, but I just can't help to do kind of a drive-by. I informed you thusly. Yes, we did, and that is about the problem with healthcare. Aetna last night makes the third CEO to say that basically the new healthcare system is broken. The Aetna CEO joins the Anthem and United Health CEOs. Head of the third biggest U.S. health insurer said serious concerns about whether or not Obamacare's new markets are sustainable, echoing criticism for other top for-profit insurers. What else can you say about it? Everybody knew it. Probably the only thing interesting is that we have a candidate running who said that he would pay, or he would spend next year, if he could, $2.4 trillion on health care and turn us into Greece in a matter of years instead of maybe taking the next 10. But I do digress. Other things going on, as we said, a little bit of Groundhog Trivia Day. Most of you people like the movie. I just love it.
Once again, the eyes of the nation have turned here to this tiny village in western Pennsylvania, blah, 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 blah. There is no way that this winter is ever going to end as long as this groundhog keeps seeing his shadow. I don't see any other way out.
There is no way out.
He's got to be stopped.
He's got to be stopped. Don't drive angry, folks. Don't drive angry. Just a little bit of trivia. I love the movie. Somebody went through and analyzed the actual movie and script. And just in case you ever wondered how many days that he woke up to I Got You, Babe, 12,395 days, or 33 years and 350 days to fit in everything he supposedly did in the movie and the script. And I'm not exactly sure where one starts and one ends, but he learned a bunch of stuff. But 33 years and 12 suicides, apparently, in the film also. Of course, he woke up every day to that wonderful I Got You, Babe. Well, we don't have to, and we can move on. Other things going on, bean counters. I brought that up yesterday. I don't think we have anything new in that vein. We'll get into actual charts. Market's a little bit weaker than I thought. I was hoping we'd get up to 1975. We got it probably at the very low end of my range, even a little bit lower than that. And the market's kind of rolled over here. We've got fund buying over tomorrow. Maybe it's over today. Maybe they put everything they could into it tomorrow. Yesterday. But today, not a whole lot. Tomorrow, it's over. You got to look at the rest of the week probably being weak. There was a company out this morning talking about earnings also. And I'm going to take a flyer on it because I wasn't able to actually find their website. I will find it probably tomorrow and give you the details. But so far, 70% of stocks have beaten earnings. And you would think, well, it doesn't seem like it. The problem is that they moved all the earnings from an aggregate in the S&P 500 to down 2% to down 3.5%. So, yeah, we're beating a number that they moved from 2% during Christmas to 3.5% down. And the best of the best pretty much have already reported. If we actually look into what's going on over the S&P 500, we've got almost 3/4 of the cap of the S&P already reporting. So now it's going to be smaller and less cap-weighted stocks from here on. We are 50% the way through, so we'll continue to take a greater look through. Now, where is my? Oh, I want the update from yesterday. Do I? Or I want the update one. There we go. I didn't make a slide for what's going on, but I wanted to get into what's after the bell today, and that is Affymetrix, Amdocs, Arthur J. Gallagher and Company, Chipotle, fresh off of a warning that, the Fed saying that they didn't kill anybody. Illumina, the DNA company, Jack Henry Clothing Company, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, Myra Genetics, Acrello, Tidewater, and Yahoo. After the bell. We'll be back in a minute.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Southern Copper down today, and it probably got a little bit more than its just desserts. But down on light volume today. I didn't see in the news that out. I guess they're after today. It's kind of tough to see out here, but down on light volume, I would assume ahead of earnings since I don't see anything out here. We've got a lot of other stocks that are moving, though. So we'll take a quick look at a great deal of those. What's the first of them? Royal Caribbean. And, of course, they're having a big problem with those mosquitoes killing off their passengers. At least that's what everybody's worried about. We are back to the gap on this one. It gapped up on May 8th of 2015 with 5.2 million shares. Back into it with 15 million shares. A blowout to the downside, at least. So don't expect any V-bottoms on this one like the rest of the market. The energy down has been a great deal more than the energy up. It just came down a lot quicker. What else do we have? Chorizo. I want to call it chorizo for one of the guys in my writing group. They call him the big chorizo. But it's a terroso, I guess. I haven't ever heard it pronounced other than me. Down a little less the volume than you would think, but of course we got the rest of the day. August 24th low in this one is $76.32. We've pierced it fairly significantly over the last couple of days. Volume just 3.3 million shares, but you just need 3.8. So looks like we're going to get everything that you need. And a couple of heavy down days. We go look back at the 13th. It came down on 5.3 million shares. So not a big surprise out here. Of course, Asia not doing any favors on earnings. Down 8% is Win. And volume is not that exciting so far today. You have a high volume low out here. Could you say that it was a test of the November 18th, 2015 low? You could, but basically 5% less volume is not enough for me, especially when you see heavy volume on the way down, lighter volume on the way up. And it was about the same, but there was no compelling evidence to say this thing was going to blow out earnings or turn anything around. Lazaro, LAZ. On this one, what do we have on it? Off 7%. This one basically completed an ABC down and was starting to make a little bit of its B to C. Never got the chance. Opened up higher, much lower now. What did it do? What was its high? Day high, $37.26. So quite a range in this thing today. I'm not exactly sure why. See if there's anything in the headlines out here. Emerging markets take a heavy toll on it. Maybe that's a bad tick for the high part of it out here. Beeve Aerospace pretty much flat after its earnings. Citigroup off 7%. Let's take a quick look at that. CIT. Well, just continues to augur in lower prices here. It's going to have some fairly decent volume. Let's go back a little farther and see if there's anything else out here for us to look at. We go back yet far enough, and this thing's blown through. Okay, we finally found it. If you go back to October 4th, 2011, $27.68, 3.2 million shares. We're going to have 3.8 million shares. So energy was just a little less. If you look at the incredibly long picture out here, it's just this cliff dive that starts pretty much the 5th of January that says it all out here for the CIT group. See, I told you so. They should have put that on the thing. Google, one of the few companies out here that, I guess you got to say that it's at least holding its own on a fairly bad day. Of course, a lot of people going up against its split that goes back a while, but I don't know if there's a whole lot you can say out here other than we are back up here. Let's take a little closer look. 4.9, we tried to bust out the December 29th high that had 1.9 million shares. Not quite holding it. Energy is about the same on the way down and the way up. Just that it had good earnings. I guess right now, anything that can hold its earnings is probably going to be priced at a premium for a while. Absolutely eviscerating shorts is Michael Kors, C-O-R-S, which we'll take a look at here. To do what else do we? Michael Kors up 25%. Man, talk about frying some shorts out here. This one certainly was far too short for conditions. And now it's actually setting itself up for a possible short. It may take a little while, but probably $55 to $57 would be a nice round on this. I don't think that this is going to last long. Generally, moves like this are over fairly quickly, and you can probably look in a declining market at that thing filling the gap. It may just take a while. Mattel and its Barbies are all over the place, up 13% today. MAT, take a quick look at this guy. It's up against its previous high of $30.44 from the April 24th, 2015 high. 18 million shares that day. We already have 21. Just like the rest of these things that get up there, no one wants to buy a breakout. You've got all the volume in the world, and you can't hold the $30.44. Kind of says it all. Energy's not that bad on this way up, so it is one of the stronger of the stocks. If the markets do turn around anytime soon, you can take a look at it. MNK. In the meantime, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. You can email me at path@tfnn.com. Or you can post a message in the den also. Okay. What else do we have? Mallinckrodt. They came out with earnings. Take a quick look. Mallinckrodt. up 6.5% or $4.08. Nice little pop out here. This thing never really got the volume. Back here on January 28th, it was going into the November 9th low that had 12 million shares with 2.8 million shares. So not surprising this thing got a little bounce. It is one of the other stocks out here in the market that actually did have lighter energy on the way down from this December 23rd high. So not everything is horrible, but my guess is it's not got a long road to hoe. We did win. We didn't do XOM. So let's get XOM out of the way before we go to our break, which I think, when is it? Yeah, coming up here. ExxonMobil, the whole energy sector's down. What can you say? When we start looking at crude today, off of $1.59, it's holding $30 on the H6 contract. Not saying a lot. You got to think that these high volume lows in ExxonMobil get tested. The August 24th low, 66.55. It's hanging out there like a hangnail. It's just got to come off. Got to get tested. Got a bit ripped off. 66.55. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're back. We're going to look at a few other stocks of interest. You know, I've been looking at some of these things that could turn to potential ABC downs. It's been a hard market to find a great deal of stuff out here, but certainly we've got some things, they're kind of lining up. I didn't like the energy actually was kind of probably too good for Nike, and just not enough cash down here if it even went it back to 56.59. But pretty much getting some fairly decent retracements in these markets. In the case of Nike, it got its pretty much its 618 today. Needed to get to $63.76. Got to 63.50, which probably is about as good as you're going to get in a bear market. They throw the good babies out with the bad babies, as Tom likes to say. Other stocks out here that I wanted watching to see what happened was whether or not we could get gold to start breaking some of these highs in the equities. October 15th and Anglo Eagle Mines, AEM, the October 15th high, $30.69, 3.3 million shares. You kind of got into it with a, 3.5 or 6 million shares, at least into that candle on the 7th. Back into it again yesterday with 2.5 million shares. Not a big surprise that we're kind of pulling back here. Energy was better than a lot of legs before, but not all that fantastic from that November 17th low. Other stocks of interest. Some of these look like maybe they are setting up for just a standard ABC. I was hoping that we'd get back up to some of the confluence numbers. If you missed the beginning part of the show, I sold my long position this morning and started a short position. I have not got into the indexes. I thought there was a better chance of getting into an equity today than anything else. And I could kind of, it was more visible, let me put it that way. I think the company's in a fad and the stock looked right for that. Anyway, you've got some nice gap downs like AstraZeneca, saying gap down on the 7th with 7 million shares. Yesterday at 5 million shares. Today, 4.2 million shares as it tried to hold that high. Doesn't mean the wheel's going to fall off, although they could at any time. Now, here's one that I should have thought about pulling the trigger on, and I did not. This is a good example of confluence zones. It got pretty much to where you wanted. I wanted another 50 cents out of it. Didn't get it. But I think this is the whole market. That is, it's weaker than I thought. I thought maybe there'd be some more shorts hopping on these things, and that would be it. Anyway, BJ's Restaurant, kind of an interesting pattern. Dean's Foods was very interested in this one. I think we brought this up yesterday. It broke above the previous high. Didn't have the kind of energy. Now it's got kind of a nice little hammer candle just floating around up here at the highs. Needed 6.4 million shares from the November 9th high. As we went into this the last few days on the 27th, a little under 4 million, 4.5 million on the 28th, the 29th, under 3 million yesterday, 2.6 million. Not a big surprise to see this thing pull back down. I wouldn't be shorting it, but pretty much the entire market out here. Dollar Tree, I was wondering about this one, if it can make up to $84.22. That's the March 20th high from 2015 on it. Needs 3 million shares. Man, all these stocks look like they're trying to get up in there, and they just fall out of the juice. Not a lot of volume today on this one, so maybe there's still a chance to pull the ripcord on that one. Expedia has finally come down and filled its gap now a couple of times. The upside of this stock started on May 1st, 2015. You capped up with about 5.7 million shares. So this is starting to find some support. January 28th, got back into that gap with 2.6 million shares. Bounced a couple of days. Today, 1.7 million shares. But again, this is a $140 stock, now in the 90s. And probably given a great deal of everything back. It came down on more energy than it went up, so I'm not looking for any V bottoms on this. I think Google day. I don't see any questions in the den. Let's go out here and check the email. Okay, got one, which is Microsoft, MSFT. I haven't looked at it today, so let's take a quick look. Well, this one did just about everything you would think it would have done, which is come back, fill up all its gaps off the bottom. It had a pretty nice deal. It bounced off its big gap down here on January 20th, kind of came back up. Not a lot of energy today. Still one of the better performers like Google, like Facebook. There's still a handful of these stocks that seem to do well or will do well. They're all going lower, so I'm not going to go long any of these, but they probably aren't going to be the ones you want to short. Kind of interesting to see some of these stocks that are the most stinky of IPOs from the last few years finally running out of volume. And kind of interesting to see just no volume on stuff like Freshpet, FRPT, if you're not familiar with this one. November 12th, it came down on monstrous volume, almost 5 million shares to $5.89. We've gone below it for the last couple of days with, 200, 300, most at 500,000 shares. So about 1/10. So there are some stocks that I probably would certainly be taking cash now if I'd been short this thing at $25 from April 9th, but I am not, sadly. Some of these other ones that just look like they're so washed out that there's nothing left is Rocket Fuel, another stinky IPO. You'd like this thing to get down to $2.80 with 520,000 shares or less, but today 153,000. So, you're already into that candle. Is there going to be a whole great deal more? Probably not. Gold has come up to its congestion range, and at least the GLD has. And this is where things are going to get really tough. But I don't know what your trading plan would have been if you bought gold off the bottom. But this is the top of a congestion zone, not a confluence zone. It's way too wide. But you really need to get it over this 108.73 to 109.06 pretty quickly in the next couple of days and see that it can hold those levels. If not, you're back into the trading range, and you've got a possibility of a 3-gap play in the GLD. You've got some nice gaps, 1, 2, 3, and they all qualify for a 3-gap play. So if you are playing gold, it could go either way here on the break. Just make sure that you don't end up eating all 3 of those gap downs if it does turn on you. Lululemon up and filled its gap today. This came down on fairly heavy volume of September 10th of $32 million. It kind of went and filled its gap today. NEM, kind of interesting, also hitting these highs. I was hoping we'd get a clue out of this. 9 million shares yesterday on NEM as it bounces through this $20 level. 12 million at 14 million shares, 9 million shares yesterday. So back into the trading range with you, Mr. Newmont Mining. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Got a couple of questions about banks, just looking at the charts out here. And of course, Bank of Mellon looks pretty horrific. It's back into its high volume day of 17.5 million shares from March 25th of 2014. It's got 12 million shares. To me, if this thing loses this level, and it looks like pretty bad today, could it bounce for a while? I think the answer is yes. Could it get back at the 37 bucks? Could be. If this thing breaks, though, around this $34 level and gets a volume, the problem is you really don't have anything back to about $19.30. So to me, this one looks the worst of the two. State Street actually has come back to a gap that had high volume and with lighter volumes so far. Energy still to the downside, but if you wanted to pick the faster horse to the slaughterhouse, certainly looks like BK would be it. State Street actually into the 18th of January 2013 gap up that had lots of volume, 10 million shares. Touched that with 4.5 million shares, and it's starting to come back down, but again, 3.2 million shares today. Not a lot of juice back here, so to me, State Street looks like the better of the two horses, and BK looks like any break of that low, and it's headed to the glue factory. Yes, neither of them look great. One of them looks a lot more horrific than the others. And let's see, what else do we have? Someone's asking about Amazon, AMZN. I don't see anything different. It's at, I think it's the, it's area that I wanted to see, and we're getting close, which is confluence level. That is 544.76 to 538.86. Not a lot of volume in this thing, and that may be the end of its pullback, but you want to watch it. Yeah, you don't want this thing any lower than 538 for a close, or the wheels could fall off the wagon. It had huge volume off the top, and now kind of doing its own little ABC out here. Let's tighten this up. You got an ABC out here that takes you to 488.80 if this blows through with lighter volume. So I don't know what else you can say about it other than, man, just an ugly, ugly, ugly market. We've got Andy Heck up today. It is a Tuesday. Of course, Tom O'Brien in the next 2 hours. But I'd been talking to Andy about a company that says that it can make better pork than you can raise, and they'll have the artificial pork product available in less than 5 years. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I like my pig squealing. I like my bacon the way it's always been on my plate. To see if we got anything else. Just checking some email. Okay, so we got everybody pretty much taken care of on that. What did I want to do? Do I still? Yeah. Take a quick look what we have after the bell. See if there's anything else. Take a quick look at CMG. I don't think there's anything that I haven't found in this one. Let's get out of here. Could this thing rally? Everybody and its dog is short of this thing. In fact, let's take a look and see how people have been doing shorting this thing. Projects. And we'll get the last couple of days out here to see how everybody's been doing. Stock database, CMG. Man, everybody's short this thing out the yin yang. Yesterday, 25% of all the shares traded were short initiations on CMG. I would hate to be short that thing. If you're looking for another stock that could take out some people that are way too short on this, you can look at it. As far as the stocks where everybody's shorting, it's a Marriott, or at least yesterday it was. Marriott, 26% of the shares were short. Sirius XM Logic, 26%. Mattel, 25%. So we know some people are hurting there today with it being up. Charter Communications was another of the top 5 shorted stocks in the NASDAQ yesterday, 100. And Netflix continues to be plummeted and beaten about the heads and shoulders, with 24% of all its shares traded yesterday initiated as a short. That may tell you a great deal of just how committed people are to the dark side of the market. If you look at the percentage of shorts out here for stocks that no one wants to short, CLAC and SBAC, WBA, VRSK. Let's take a quick look at VRSK. See out here, Varix Analytics. Now, nobody shorted. Exactly what they should have done is been shorting it, I guess, for at least one day. It looks like it's going to head back down to $68 to test it. Not a lot of volume in this, but I don't know. Kind of hard to say. We looked at that. We looked at AEM. Let's see if we got anything else out here. Let's look at Illumina. ILMN. This thing broke higher volume. Andy says he will be wearing his lab coat when he barbecues with the artificial pork. Illumina, of course, the big DNA company. It broke its previous low of January 14th with volume over the last 2 days, kind of going sideways. This is another one where I probably need to be looking to see just how short everybody is. ILMN. Nobody's short this one, man. They were all shorting this thing on the 26th. Short interest has been going down to yesterday, which had a fairly decent, only 8% of the short shares in Illumina short yesterday compared to the 26, with 20% of all shares being traded out there, being short positions. Doesn't mean that they went home with those, but during the day, the 20% of the shares were initiated as a short, and it looks to me like someone's getting out of this thing. Watch for a bounce in Illumina. At least that's what people that are out there shorting are saying. What else do we have? Anything else? Aclara, Tidewater, Yahoo. I don't see anything in this one and haven't for a while, but let's at least take a look at it. Check core temperature and see what it's doing. Yahoo. I mean, we talked about this stock for a long time, and it's almost the issue with Sports Illustrated cover for anybody. When they started putting pictures of the CEO on Glamour magazine and doing everything else but trying to find out how this company was going to make a profit. We've had some big bounces in this stock by people lying about, buyouts and everything else. Man, isn't the stock market just like politics? Hardly anybody out there telling the truth. We'll be back in a minute.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Had a request to take a look at a couple companies. Rockwell Collins, COL is the symbol on that one. If you're not familiar with it, this had a lot of people shorting this thing at the bottom. In fact, on the 28th, you had 26% of all shares being short on this thing down at the bottom. I always hate that. Not exactly sure. Not a lot of volume in the downside in this one. But man, I don't like all those people shorting at the bottom on the 28th. So I would probably say that this thing bounces before and runs some of those shorts before it goes lower, would be most likely. What was the other one? The Las Vegas Sands on this one. On this one, what do we do on that? LVS. Down, not a lot of volume. This thing has been perpetually, people have been on this thing all the way up. And mostly I'd say an average of about 17% of the shares every day have been short for the last 6-7 days. Went up, hit its previous high. It's had higher volume. The energy was actually stronger on the way than on the way down. So if you were looking for a stock that I probably wouldn't short here, it would probably be Las Vegas Sands. This actually looks like it's one of the stronger stocks out here. I wouldn't be going long it, but at the same time, I think there are a lot of stocks that came up with very light volume. You could be picking off here as the shorts got out of it. I figure there's probably a little bit of that. Not a lot of volume so far. We got to see how the market closes. Of course, the S&P got down to 1900 and is headed. Then it looks like it's going to go take that out before the end of the day. We're at 1903 and 86 cents. We've got a little over 3 billion shares. So volume has been kind of muted during the show. We started off just under 2.7 billion on the New York Consolidated tape. But I think it would be probably a far stretch to think that this thing closes over 1900 today. The whole market just looks like something really broke in it yesterday, and I'm not exactly sure what it was. Yeah, what else can you say? Could we bounce out here a little bit more? Yeah. But from now on, I think I'll be shorting every bounce. Got rid of my long, added my first short position. I'll probably be shorting equities a great deal before I start shorting the indexes. But I think, at least on the equities, I think if you've got some good setups, it's probably worth starting to plant the flag at a few places out here. Markets just look much weaker than I thought. Las Vegas Sands, when we look at it, you got a high volume low. It tested it with the same volume. Probably the best thing you could say about this thing is it's going to be in a trading range. So that takes you back down to probably $36 level. Even if it's on lighter volume, if the rest of the markets continue to fade. I don't see anything here. Like I said, I just think that there are better short positions out there than Las Vegas Sands. Maybe like a lot of these stocks that have really come off highs. This thing was $88 on what, March 7th of 2014. How much lower do you expect it to go? I don't know. If the market goes lower, it's going to go lower too. I just think I would want to have been short much longer time ago than today. But none of these look great. Some of them just look better than others. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly out here. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. Remember to sell when you can, not when you have to.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.